Hi friends, it's Mrs. Myers and I teach kindergarten at Nose Creek Elementary School. This week in kindergarten, we are comparing lengths and heights. So we're talking about things that are shorter and longer and taller and about the same. So I found this great story. It's called Get Me Another One. And it's about a little girl and her dad who go fishing. And I thought while we read, we can be comparing the lengths of all the fish that they catch. So it's a funny story and it's written by Robert Munsch and illustrated by Mike Bolt in 1992 and published by Scholastic Books. I hope you think this one is as funny as I do. Christy sat at the end of the dock and yelled to her father, "Daddy, I want to go fishing in a boat. Everybody else in Rocky Harbor goes fishing in a boat." Her father yelled back, "You're just a little kid. You're probably one of the littlest kids I know, and you would probably fall into the ocean." But Christy said, No, I will hang on. I will wear a life jacket. I will be very careful." Her father thought for a while and said, Okay. So she really wants to go fishing with her dad. Christy was having a wonderful time out on the ocean, but then it started to get windy and the boat went up and down like this. La, 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 la. Christy said, "I don't feel so good." And her father said, "Uh-oh." Have you ever been on a boat where it makes you feel not so good? Then it got windier and the waves got bigger and the boat went up and down like this. La, 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 la. Christy said, "I feel sick." "Yikes," said her father. Then it got really windy and the waves got really big and the boat went up and down like this. La, 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 la. Christy said, "Daddy, I think I'm going to be sick." Uh-oh. When the waves started, they were just little waves. They were just very short waves. But then the waves became very tall waves. So when we think about those waves, one was tall, not very big. The next one was very tall and very big. "Oh no," said her father, "not in my clean boat. If you're going to be sick over the side." So Christy leaned over the side of the boat. A big wave came and she fell right into the ocean. "Oh no," yelled Christy's father. He turned the boat around and went back to get Christy. He grabbed her by the collar and pulled her as hard as he could, but he could not lift her out of the water. He said, "Christy, you're just a little kid. Why can't I get you into the boat?" "Well," said Christy, "I have a hold of the tail of an enormous fish." "Good," said her father. "Keep hold of that fish." He took the hook off the fishing line and tied the line to Christy's ear. Then he pulled as hard as he could, and Christy came flying into the boat. She was holding a codfish that was 2 meters long. That's a big fish. "Look at this fish," said Christy. "It's fantastic." "It's incredible," said her father. "You're great at fishing." "Let's take it home and show it to Mommy," said Christy. "Look at that fish. That's a really large fish." "Wait," said her father. "We've only caught 1 fish. We should get more." "Sure," said Christy. "I love fishing." So her father said, Then go get me another one. And he picked up Christy and threw her back into the ocean. Can you imagine fishing like that? Swimming to catch the fish? Oh my. Christy swam around and then dove under the water. She came up again and said, I got a fish! I got a fish! I got a fish! Christy's father tied the line to her ear and pulled as hard as he could, but he could not get Christy into the boat. Christy, said her father, what kind of fish have you got? Well, said Christy, I think it's a whale. Yikes, said her father. He looked down into the water and there was a whale. It was much, much longer than the boat. Christy caught a whale, which was much bigger than the fish. The fish was 2 meters, which is still a really big fish. And the whale that she caught was even bigger than the fish. You'll see that the whale is much longer than the little fish she caught. Christy, said her father, let go of the whale. But it's a nice little whale, said Christy. I want to take it home and show Mommy. Christy, said her father, please let go of the whale. So Christy let go of the whale, and her father took the boat back to Rocky Harbor. Christy's mother was waiting on the dock. Christy said, look, look, I fell in the ocean and I caught this fish for Daddy. Daddy threw me back in to catch another, but it got away. Her mother said, your father took you fishing? Yes, said Christy. Her mother said, you fell overboard? Yes, said Christy. Her mother said, your father threw you back in the ocean? Yes, said Christy. I love fishing. Christy's mother looked at her father and said, you threw her back in the ocean. Yes, said her father. Her mother yelled, why? Well, said her father, she caught the biggest fish I've ever seen, so I threw her back in to get me another one. Mom does not look very happy about that. Right, said Christy's mother. If fish are so important, why don't you go get yourself another one? And she picked up Christy's father and threw him in the ocean. Then Christy and her mother had a big fish dinner and invited everyone in town. Dad must have caught a really long fish. And the next day, everyone went fishing. Thanks so much for listening to this fun story about a little girl and her dad who go fishing, and they caught fish of all different sizes. We learned a little something about comparing sizes, and they caught fish that were small, and they caught fish that were really big, and they even caught a giant-sized whale. I hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for listening.